So what happened, we nearly got back to the motorhome and we saw the reception was still open, and they got this lovely little kind of like seating area with a Christmas tree in it, and we spotted the local beer, which the lady up in the castle recommended. So we thought, we'll just see if we can get a beer. And so we just came in, and they say literally help yourself in the crate, and it is €220 for a little 33 CL bottle, and we were kind of like, that sounds pretty good. And this is where we are tonight, in the little tiny hut down by the Willow Park, and yeah, it's pretty epic. What a place to spend your Christmas evening. Oh my goodness. And we got our own little personal Christmas tree to admire and have a beer around. Left you yesterday from the castle up on the hill, and anyway, that bit in the front of the video was where we all sort of ended up on Christmas Day. It's now the next day and we're somewhere else. I wonder what happens. Yeah, it was a bit of a scenario. We ended up chatting to the lady in the reception at the castle, and we was having a real good chat anyway, about sort of parkings and stuff. Anyway, she said, oh, are you parking here? You do actually need a ticket? And we're kind of like, fine, great, we'll get a ticket. And it's €5 to park at the car park at the castle. So we're like, fine, that's brilliant. There was a couple of other camper vans there. So anyway, excuse me, I'm a little bit dry, I haven't had much coffee yet. So anyway, that was that. We went back, we chilled out for a bit, and anyway, then we eventually got to bed, and probably about midnight, the worst scenario happened. Racing cars. There was about 4 cars. We were up on one level, and there was another level down over, and about 4 cars like raced into this car park. And anyway, we were kind of like, oh my, Caroline's like, what's that? Oh my God, what's that bloody noise? Then they were like, there was a lot of noise. Anyway, we sort of just kept all the lights off. She put the blind down, we could see down over, and there was a lot of lads down there, and fair play, if they were just like gaming around, they were sort of like started to play fight each other, and it got a little bit out of control, and they were sort of fighting quite heavily, and we were kind of like, bloody hell, this is a bit sort of not good. So that put us on it. Eventually it sort of calmed down a little bit. They all wandered off up the road to the cat. We're kind of like, they just need to sort of like almost, we commented they need to put a barrier on that place or something like that, with an access code or something like that. And we were really unsettled, and they were shouting all the way up through the woods, and there was no chance we were sleeping, and we were kind of like, oh my God. Anyway, okay, let's give it a benefit of the doubt, let's let them go on. And all the shouting and that, as they gradually went up the path, it sort of petered out a little bit. Right, okay, let's give it a benefit of the doubt. Let's try and get back to sleep. Just started to try and get back to sleep. In our car park, another car appeared, spinning round, screeching the tyres, and I'm like, that's it, I'm out of here. And anyway, I got out and grabbed me sort of torch, got out into the car park, and anyway, they're just not, the trouble is, in that situation, the more you kind of like, you look as though
So anyway, that's what happened, and it sped off. I've got the sort of like torch on him down through the trees, and all to do, beeping the horn, whoa, all the way down the road. Like, that's it, it's over for us here. So I'm like, right, okay, so all I had in was one wheel chock, one wheel ramp. So said to Caroline, right, let's just, so within seconds, that's a good thing. We were gone. It was kind of like, right, I'm out with my my Malenko, put that in the back, and let's have a, so I just drove out, and we stopped, we got clear of the road that goes up to the castle, and anyway, then I managed to pull over, get the camper contact app going, and we ended up, I just literally sort of pinned this one, had a quick look at the reviews, and I'm going to go for that. It was a bit sketchy last night because it ended up being pretty late, and when we got into this little town, it's absolutely pitch black down here. We got into the little village up here, and it's absolutely, we couldn't see, we saw a camper sign, and we're like, oh my god. Then I went into a little estate, I'm like, oh my god. So it got a bit, but anyway, but like I say, it was so dark and black, and but eventually we ended up coming down over this hill, just down over here, and we saw the camper van, and we're like, there it is. There's one camper van on the Stelplats, and we're kind of like blinded. So I just literally drove in here last night and parked up, and so as it goes, future reference, guys, if you want to visit the castle and maybe want to get it's one of them, innit? It's one of them. It's just one of them situations again. But this, in hindsight now, we wish we sort of said, like, if we'd have like known this place was here, we could have visited the castle and then just bopped off down here. I'll put in the map of where we came. I drove about, I think it's about 15 miles. So, but I just needed to you just want to go to sleep and get that rest and just unsettled. And but it done the job here. And as you can see, we've got a camper drain, there's electricity. I haven't even looked at any of that stuff yet, but I think there's even electricity bournes that you can hook up on, so we'll have a look at that in a minute anyway. So, but just a quick update on what happened last night. Bloody nightmare. Okay guys, we'll catch you guys later on. We'll be back on the road a bit later on. It's a little bit, so this is the 26th of December now, Boxing Day, and so it's a little bit, it's not a little bit misty down here, a little bit drizzly, but it looks a little bit brighter over there. We may be lucky with the weather. We'll see what happens later on, but we will catch you later on. We're keeping it live as much as we possibly can.